Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the unofficial show, I should say. Sans the Qkids. We are updating and modernizing to meet the new demands of times.
Yeah.
I'm your host, William, with the other host, Misses Dee.
Yes, hello, and I'm so glad you're back.
Yes, I disappeared last time, but don't worry, I'm here now, and I'm here.
Crazy.
I'm not going to disappear this time.
Did you hear me butcher the greeting?
That's okay. Everyone gets a first shot.
Well, that was my last shot too. So I'm so glad you're back and everything's okay, because I was worried, because you never do that.
That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate the worry.
Did you talk to him? I'm like, yes, I talked to him yesterday.
I was there early in the morning, then I wasn't there, and it was okay. I'm here though. I'm healthy.
Yes, you're here. You're
only
healthy.
a little bit tired.
Great.
I think
and you want to see pictures of my daughter's foot and cast, right?
Yes, of course, because I love abandoning. I abandoned the medical profession because I was a wimp for these type of injuries, and I'm so happy you're showing me these.
Because you didn't want to put screws in people's feet?
I did not want to put screws in people's feet.
All right, so here, this one's gross. All right, everybody, you ready for this?
Oh my goodness.
The stitches from the surgery.
Yep, you see that right there. That's why I was like, you know what, medical school is not for me. Let's just go somewhere else.
And the cast for the next 4 weeks. Cast in the scooter.
Is that purple? Right on it?
It's purple. It comes in purple, yellow, green, red. You can get any color you want.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
But can you write on it?
Yes, but I have to get I don't know if my black Sharpie's going to work. I might have to go get a silver Sharpie or something cool. I was thinking maybe nail polish too. I don't know.
That's good.
I've been too busy to write on it. It's horrible.
We haven't we?
I meant to write on it.
Hopefully you get it done before she has to take it off.
Right. There. Yeah. I got 4 weeks to get this done, right?
That's the entire premise of this show.
Yeah.
We come together 5 minutes. What are we going to do? I'm not sure. We'll figure it out on the spot.
Right. Like 5 minutes. We're like, okay, we got this. All right. So you missed the big announcement. Oh, you missed a lot of things last week.
I'm so sorry. What's the big announcement?
We're doing a giveaway.
Oh my gosh, are we?
Yeah, we are. But we need to brainstorm some ideas on what the giveaway is actually going to be. Like, are we just going to put people who are interested, put their names in a hat and pull a name live on air?
We could do that. That would be amazing. But also, I don't know. I'm not the best with swirling things in a hat.
Do bribes? Bribes work?
Oh, bribes. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. Look at that.
Not quite working out there.
Zoom does not accept your bribe.
Oh
no. Okay. So yeah, your bribe you don't win. So anyway, so we're still brainstorming. So if anybody has an idea of a really cool contest that we could pull with
let us know.
Yes, let us know. Leave us some comments and just let us know, because I really want to give them away. They're over there. They're all packed up. They're ready to go. These are my personal ones, but I did order extra ones to give away, specifically to give away. So please, if you want to send us some ideas on what we can do there, we need them.
So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, please let us know ideas for the giveaway contest, and that Kobe and Momo can be yours. The low price of a giveaway.
The low price of watching us do this.
That's the low price. We got to get going. We're going to get stuck here. Topic number 1. Are you ready?
I am.
Fantastic.
This is very exciting.
I just lost it. Okay. Topic number 1. In Qkids news this week, we have several topics, but 3 main topics come to mind. Mrs. D, what are those 3 topics?
The news. Where to get stuff that's useful. What's topic 3? Teaching stuff, teaching tips and practical ideas.
Right, teaching stuff and tips and practical ideas. That was what we had written down.
Yeah, that's what we have written down. We'll see what we do. Okay, so what's first in Qkids? No, Qkids news. What's first in Qkids news?
Well,
I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
That's okay. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Right.
I do this for a living,
But there is an important announcement.
There is. So I believe, and if we have successfully scouted this correctly, there was a post made by an official Qkids account that said there's no more minimum hours That's pretty big.
No more minimum hours.
So tell me about that. What was the minimum hour before there was no more?
Six
Six.
minimum hours, which was 12 classes.
12 classes, which
Yeah.
seems pretty simple, but you think about that, that's 3 days
Sometimes it
normally.
gets crazy.
You have to be there. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have troubles waking up at 4 a.m. I'm in Washington. It's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. This is amazing because with the time change coming too, it's quite helpful. So, this is a verifiable information. I saw this on one of the Facebook posts where the Qkids, the blue Qkids with the logo in the middle from the business page where we talked about the official Qkids Facebook groups last week. That is who replied to a question about minimum hours, stating that there are no minimum hour requirements.
All right.
Cool. So for any teachers out there that, have been holding back because there's of the minimum hour, hold back no more. Although we are on a firing freeze, right? Hiring freeze.
A firing freeze.
We're on a firing freeze too. We don't do that here at Qkids.
So moving on, another topic I want to talk about is the night hours ending. I know this has been a big thing because, especially, we consider it this way, right? We essentially had a good half year of extended classes. We went from the extended COVID hours into the summer hours, and it's all going to be ending pretty soon. So we'll go back to standardized schedules, unless it's extended for whatever reason. So that extra income was nice, not permanent yet.
Yes. Yet. Why do you say yet?
I'm not sure. I just felt like saying
Qkids is always expanding and looking for more opportunities for the teachers.
All right, you know things I don't know. No, we're kidding. That's great.
But we know that they're always expanding. So.
Speaking of expansion, there's something about workshops that we should talk about.
Yes, they're coming up in the fall. In a couple weeks. That's the fall, right?
What is a workshop? Is it homework? I don't like homework.
No, they generally don't give homework.
That's good for me.
Yeah.
So have you been in a workshop before?
I have.
And what have you learned from a workshop? What did you get from it?
Oh, well, I learned a lot. The workshop that I have been in, I actually facilitated it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So, but even there's still a lot to be learned, when you're teaching something, that's actually one of the best ways to learn something. So, we learned a lot about the process of getting student participation up and having families being, their needs and demands are met when we're doing certain things certain ways, right? And also the importance of self-reflection and some tools to do those self-reflecting things. So I'm really excited about the next round of workshops, which I don't have any details about, but I do know that they're coming. So
all right, that's all we need.
Always watching that platform, right?
So transitioning from then, we should go to general news.
Yeah,
there's something
news.
big happening right now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's kind of on a dangerous side. You want to handle this or should I?
Well, you can start.
Okay.
I'll probably take over.
That's fair. That's probably for the best. So as I'm sure we're all aware, there are hurricanes currently occurring in a neighboring state. And I am worried about that. It's pretty bad. And I think there's how many people without power? Do you know the exact number?
The last read at 9:30 this morning in Louisiana and Texas was over 600,000 people were without electricity.
Yikes. Over 600,000
That's
people.
a lot. And we have teachers in Texas and Louisiana. We have teachers in the path. So
that's a good point. I can only imagine how that's impacting them, and I hope it goes well. I know
Yeah.
the show's generally like a pretty, upbeat theme where we goof off, but that topic should be addressed, and I hope the best for all.
It was big. It landed as a category 4, and it's still about at noontime. I think it was noontime Eastern Standard Time. It was still a category 1, which is 75 miles an hour wind, so you can still get damage from that. So, yeah.
Well, we wish you guys the best, and
yes, we
will
do.
keep track on that.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. All right, so
topic number 2.
Topic 2. Yes.
Or is it like topic number 5? Depending on how you categorize it. Where to get stuff.
Where to get stuff. Where'd you get your TESOL certification or TEFL, whatever you have?
The acronym eludes me sometimes, but I did the program through Arizona State University. I think it was
did.
Coursera?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
But
that's the
I've
one I
seen some good
did.
alternatives. Oh, have you? It was fun.
Yes.
There's some good alternatives though. I've seen good things about the Open International Academy, for example. But as long as you have that certificate and you have the physical copy of it, which I highly recommend getting,
Yep.
you should be in a good spot for
Yeah.
the future of this type of online teaching.
Yeah, the industry really requires a TESOL certification now. There is Cambly. You can teach on Cambly without a TESOL certification, but
What
be
is it?
prepared. Cambly is a platform it's an international whole world platform. So it's
Okay.
not, located in one place. They generally hire, actually, are there, I have to refresh my memory on if there's teachers from all over the world on Cambly or if they're
Uh,
just North American teachers.
but in
But
general, it's just like an extra supplemental income platform, right? It's unaffiliated with
yes,
Qkids, correct?
not affiliated with Qkids. It's
Uh-huh.
just another ESL platform where they're teaching people from all over the world, but the pay is extremely low.
Is it like anytime you desire, you could turn on and go?
Yes, that's the one. These are the beauty about it is that you can just get on Cambly, you can turn it
Okay.
on, and you can be waiting for them to call you. But you get paid by the minute per call, so you have to be constantly on talking to a student in order to get the pay. So if you are constantly talking, you will make 10, 20 an hour. Okay. If you have lapses, you can make averages between $5 to $7 or $8 an hour. And
Okay.
at
So not.
first, you have to get established, right? So at first, you're going to
Gotcha.
experience a lower pay. But then if you get established and you do well and you receive calls, then you'll get up there in pay. You'll get 10, 25, 20 an hour.
Okay. So, not something you'll get rich on, but, if you want to fill in the gaps of the day, you have extra time, go for it.
But no degree, no certificate required for that
Okay.
one. Same
Good
thing
to
with
know.
iTutor, another non-affiliated with Qkids, not affiliated with Cambly, just another standalone platform. Also works with students all over the world. italki. You do not need to be certified or degreed for that one. And the way that they differentiate between the two there, in Cambly, there's no differentiation. They just determine the pay and that's it. On italki, you have professional tutors and you have community tuners. So if you're degreed and certified with a TESOL, then you'll be on a professional tutor and you can charge more money. You determine your rate. You teach your curriculum. Cambly has curriculum on their site, or you can teach your own either way. italki, you teach your own curriculum. And a community tutor is going to be more of a conversational tutor. So you're
Yeah.
not going to charge as much.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. It's good to
Yeah.
know there's a variety at the very least.
Yeah. And so if you're looking for something after Qkids hours, these are two great options. These are, Cambly and italki. You can work 24/7.
All right. I like it. Sounds good, Mrs. D. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing with us and the community.
So do you have software that you use to record or?
Well, it's funny you ask, considering
Yeah.
there's like the majority of people in this room are actually like video editors or use some sort of editing softwares. But I have a good combination software. Do you want to go over yours first or should I go over mine
No,
first?
I want to know your combination software.
Well, fantastic. So my combination software is I use something, it's from TechSmith Studios, and it's called Snagit and Camtasia. They are a little bit on the higher end side, and price-wise, I should say, but it's designed to have professional style editing possibilities, but designed in such a way where an amateur can pick it up and learn very quickly what they need to do, how to parse audio, how to stitch things together, how to have all the animation effects you need, the zoom transitions, how to easily add in media or control different variables, right? I learned it within a week. It was really nice. Snagit itself is sort of like a good capture tool to record or stitch in images if you like, and Camtasia is the editor. They work hand in hand. It's pretty nice. Yes, what's your question?
Does it record the voices of students?
Oh, if I'm attempting to like record a class?
Yeah.
Yes, it will. Although you can always, if you need to, you can go into it and essentially drag out the audio file from the video itself and just mute that if you need to, or even if you want to augment it, you could do that. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Oh, okay. That's great. That sounds good. I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Because I use OBS. If anybody knows me at all, I talk about OBS all the time and I recommend it all the time. And that stands for Open Broadcaster Software.
Mhm.
The video that I have on my YouTube page is actually from the old version that's not supported anymore. So it's hard to find that actual look. Like if you go and you download an OBS right now, it'll be white and it won't have the same boxes and stuff. So I'm working on getting a new update for that video because it's actually quite a popular video. But it is free.
I like that. Free. I don't know how
It's
many
just
frees that is, but please tell me how many they are.
It's not as user friendly. That's why it's you
Yeah.
got to play around with it and learn it. So, and then I use for most of the videos that are on my YouTube channel, those have been edited with Vegas Pro. Vegas Pro is a semi-professional video editing platform. It's expensive. It depends on when you get it. If you get it on sale, you can get it for $200 to $300, but it goes up to like $500 after that. And it's a bit complicated. So I learned on Vegas Pro, which probably wasn't a really good way to go. But it's pretty powerful. And then recently I looked into Filmora 9. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard a little bit about it, but I haven't actually tinkered with it or seen too much on it.
Yeah,
but
it
I
turned
have
out
heard of
pretty
it.
good. User friendly. It was quick, simple, drag and drop stuff. And I finally now Vegas Pro, for me, I haven't been able to find easy ways to put a lot of text on there, scrolling marquees or have things pop like, you see those really cool videos that things are
That's
popping
fair.
all the time. But Filmora, I was able to, like I put a whole emoji on my head.
All right, so here, real quick. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being like super easy for beginners, how would you rate Vegas OBS Filmora? Really quick, go.
Okay, so OBS, I would rate that one as a 8, being most difficult.
Oh, okay. We went from the 1 to 5 to 1 to 10.
4.
Okay, is it for difficulty?
So it's a 4. It's 4 difficulty. Yeah.
Okay.
1 being
right.
easiest, 5 being hardest. Okay, it's a 4.
All right.
Nick, will you try? Like you've tried to play with it, right?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. OBS 4 difficulties.
Vegas Pro, probably a 4 as well.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, because these
okay.
are a little bit more. And the funniest thing is, these are what I learned with. So now I'm so used to them. I'm like, do. But I tell people use this, and they're like, I can't figure it out. You got to do a tutorial with me.
That's fair. What about Filmora?
Filmora, I'm thinking it's kind of hard for me to gauge, but I'm thinking a 2 or a 3.
All right, a 2 or a 3.
You can layer really easy just by dragging and dropping, and I think it's pretty easy. Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go over to Snagit and Camtasia. For Snagit, it's a 1 in easiness. It's so easy. It literally gives you everything you do in a simple, concise tutorial, and you just use your mouth to create the image you want. Like you just make a rectangle. I want this image. I want to record this box right here, something like that. It's really nice for picking up stuff. As for Camtasia, I give it a 2.5. I mean, you have to learn a little bit, but it's very intuitive, very simple, and you look cool when you do it. So 2.5.
You'll look cooler if you master the harder stuff.
Okay, Mrs. Low blow over here. Anyways, topic 3. Sorry, we get too distracted.
Well, we do want to make sure that if we're going to be recording the children, that they are covered up. You can't ever post them without having any child should be privacy unless you have parental permission, and check with Qkids before you doing any major projects or sharing or anything.
If you're doing
like
Qkids
this.
stuff, I mean.
Yeah. If you're doing Qkids stuff, right. So yeah, topic 3.
Topic 3, teaching stuff.
Teaching stuff.
So what is teaching stuff? Are like tips, tricks, little ideas? All right.
Actually, this came from a request of a teacher asked me if we could start giving out some practical tips during the show.
Okay, I like that. Are we going to cover the idea of no extra language? Have we talked about that yet?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. So I should clarify what I meant by that, huh? You were there. You saw it though, right?
So, Misses Dee, could you please clarify what you mean by no extra language?
Yeah, I felt like we kind of just skimmed over that. And I want to make sure that we want to be careful when we're saying, like, even with level 1s, when we say, my name is. Yeah, what's going to happen? William, you're my student. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Teacher D, what's your name? Say my
Say.
name. Aha.
My name is. I'm
Yes,
a
there you
terrible
go.
student. But you get the point.
No, but that's the point. We don't want to. So we really want to be careful with any kind of extra language, like can you say? They don't understand that's not part of the language that they're supposed to be producing. Okay, and then also things like click. Let's click the button. Let's click the button. It's much more effective to just say click or touch, click, instead of using extra language. That's what extra language is. Hey, everybody, can you say this is extra language? We don't want to be doing that at the lowest levels of 1 and 2.
That's a great point. It'll make your classes substantially easier. You will be surprised how much more focused the kids will be if they feel like they have more comprehension in class, right? If you're saying all this extra language, they're going to tune out more easily. They're not going to understand it as easily. It's going to be a bad experience for them. A little bit of bad experience for you. Maybe some red tags.
Yeah.
Bring it down, simplify it.
Yeah.
Do just a click, and you'll be fine. You'll notice the results immediately. Yes. I guarantee it.
Yeah. And also, but we want transitions. So a transition should look something like, let's go, or okay, go. Very simple. We don't want to say, oh, guys, now we are going to, even if you slow it down, it's still too much language, right? So we want the transitions between slides or between activities, but yeah, you're absolutely right. We're going to see great improvements if we cut out all the extra stuff.
And if you notice there, Misses Dee was also doing great body language as well, simultaneously as she was demonstrating the transitions. That's a great point as well, and it'll make your classes easier. You know, have your audience when you are teaching. They're watching you. It's your time to be a star. You've wanted to be famous before. It's your time to shine.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and using their names all the time, especially in the lower levels, because these aren't their names. These are their pseudonames for Qkids a lot of the times. So they have to get used to hearing that. So you may call Billy, 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 click, Billy, click, and he's not responding because he doesn't know that's his name. So when you're praising after he talks, good job, Billy. So he's getting used to hearing that name.
That's a good point. All right, then. Today we are talking, well, I mean, it's almost like finished the thing, but you know what I'm trying to say. We are talking about level 2.
2. The parroting level.
Whoa, my headset. Okay, sorry about that. The parroting level.
Yeah.
So what does the parroting level mean?
What does the parroting level mean? I couldn't resist.
I was watching us having a great time down there. That was perfect. I wonder what it means.
I wonder what it means.
It will repeat everything you say.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a natural stage of development in second language. When students are developing second language, they start to be able to produce what we want them to. They start to be able to say everything, but what they do is they just repeat what you say. So that's why a lot of the times you'll say, what's your name? And in level 2, especially, you're going to get, what's your name? They're just going to repeat what you say. So that's a pretty standard stage of development, and you got to learn some tips and tricks to go around that, right? And that's where body language comes in big time, right?
You're trying to demonstrate to them what's their role in the conversation, right? And it's okay if they parrot. I mean, that's a great side for their development, but you have to steer the conversation to help move them forward. We can't only have them parroting, but you can have them parroting in the places you want them to. If you want to learn a specific word or phrase or sentence,
you can use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Not like what Misses Dee did earlier, where she confused the entire Zoom call.
Oh no, I wasn't confused. No, I don't think.
Oh, sorry. 3 out of 4 of the Zoom call.
Okay. All right. What's next? That's parroting. Okay, so in level 2, and this is not specific for Qkids either. This is generally when after you start learning basic vocabulary and basic phrases of introduction, you can introduce yourself, say your name, all these things. You can say the colors and it's a dog, all that. Then we start to actually form some more sentences. So they're just beginning to form sentences. And so their sentences are going to need to be very simple still. Okay, we can't expect just because we see a phase, oh, we've graduated to level 2, or, we've got a little bit more language we can play with. We're still we need to keep it simple because their grammatical errors are critical at this stage. This is where they will learn and fossilize errors. Fossilize means it becomes something that they've learned and they do all the time, and it's very difficult. They'll do it for a long time and it will become part of their language. Okay. And we see that with things like when we get to the upper levels and they say the China, or they say the Australia, because they say the Kobe, because way back in level 2, they are saying it and they aren't being corrected. So we have to watch out for that. They shouldn't be putting the word the. We want them using it because articles are a big thing that gets dropped in second language acquisition. They drop articles all the time, but we want the to be where it's supposed to be. So if we hear the Kobe, oh, stop. No, the Kobe likes pizza. And then have them repeat it so that we don't develop those bad habits.
Yeah, that's a critical point. I mean, that's honestly one of the best piece of advice you can give. That's one of the biggest issues we find when we go to level 2. And in particular, another thing we have to keep in mind is that these students are generally taking standardized tests to get into these positions to gauge where they are, right? But some students are better test takers than others. So you might have students that are above the class or below the class average and standard. You have to keep adapting yourself on the fly and keep yourself open to interpreting their styles and their behaviors. So Mrs. D advice, right? Make sure you're correcting them, but also make sure you're gauging where they belong and their skill level. And this is not just for Qkids, this is all over. Every teacher has to do this. Just keep it in mind that you're still doing a classroom setting, even if it's online.
Yes, and classrooms always come with eclectic abilities. Everybody's a little different. So yeah, and then they will just read everything you put on the screen, right? Mm-hmm. So for example,
a lot of power.
No. I often like to put up a little sentence fragment for them to finish with a vocabulary. So when we have those vocabulary cards or flashcards or whatever you use, we can start with a phrase that we put up, whether you use a whiteboard or you're able to write on the screen, and we can say something like, he, she, it is. And this begins their sentence. Now, with this level, we can't put all 3 of those verbs together, those pronouns. We can't put all of those together, he, she, it, because they will read, he, she, it eats pizza. And that's literally what they will say.
Yes.
So they will only read what's on the screen, and they won't be able to differentiate that, oh, he eats pizza at this level. So we want to simplify it. We don't want to waste time trying to teach them to pick that out. That's going to come naturally as time progresses. We'll just simplify it. And I like to use movable boxes at that point. Okay. So I'll have it is, she is, and he is. And according to what we need, I'll move that to the center for them to see.
That's a great point. I think that about wraps up what we need to do there for teaching stuff, right? One more point. That was one more thing.
I know we're running over, but this is going to be quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
Last week we talked about teacher talk to student talk. Okay. And this is a big thing for me. Huge, huge, huge. And I messed it up because I said 50-50 and then I said 60-40, 60-50. And I was wrong because that's 110%. We don't... we can't go over that as much as we want to. So we actually 50-50 means the student speaks 50% of the time and the teacher speaks 50% of the time. When we're looking at 40-60, that means the student is speaking 40% of the time. The teacher is speaking 60% of the time. That's appropriate for a level 1. 50-50 is a great target for level 1. Where you just get them to repeat everything by using lots of body language and less teacher talk, like, okay, click here, right? So we use less teacher talk there, we'll get a 50-50 level a lot easier, okay? Then now in level 2, we have to already be looking at 40% teacher talk, 60% student talk. That's where we should be. They're parroting, but you can use tricks to get them to say things. Just sit there and wait. We talked about the power of waiting too last week. You say something or you put something on the screen and then you wait. I'm waiting for you.
Never underestimate the power of an awkward
You
situation.
see that? He can't even wait like a second.
You got me. You got me.
Okay. And towards the end of level 2, you should be pushing for a 30-70. That's 70% student talk, 30% teacher talk. Yeah, now you can wrap it up.
Okay, I was waiting. That was hard. All right, so wrapping it up. Do we have anything else we need to cover in the curriculum here? Or are we good? I think we covered everything, right?
I think we covered everything. That's the list anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending our episode. I'm not sure what episode number we are on. That one. It looks like 4.
It's 4.
Episode 4.
No.
We appreciate you. Oh,
It's
no.
5. You missed 4. You're
Well,
on 4.
it's
we're
4
on
for
5.
me. It's 5 for you. So who's really wrong here? Welcome to episode 4.5. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you in attendance. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to like, share, subscribe, or comment, and we will get back to it as soon as we can. We will catch you later, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a
See you
fantastic
next
day.
week. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye, guys. Oh my God.